On today's episode, we show you how to make Photoshop resize a bajillion photos while you sit on your butt playing video games. Guacamole! Greatest game ever! What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Pimping Pixels, the only design show that will teach you the tips, tricks, and techniques that you need to become a pro. I'm your host, Gregory Thelian, and now a couple weeks ago, my cousin actually got married, and she asked me to take some photos of her and her new husband. Now, I ran into a bit of a problem with these photos, only because she wants to share these photos with a lot of her friends and family, and I shot these at like a 12 megapixel camera, so the file size is pretty large. And if I was to hand these images to her the way they are, she wouldn't be able to send them to her friends easily. So what I have to do is I need to actually resize all of these images. And the problem is that I took over 300 images, so if I was to like open up each one and resize it inside of Photoshop manually, it would take me forever to do. So today what we're going to do is show you guys how you could actually resize all of these images very easily, so easily as a matter of fact that you have Photoshop do all the work for you. So the first thing that we're going to do is figure out that final size that we want our images to be. I'm going to just open up one of the images inside of Photoshop and go to the top menu bar, and under Image, choose Image Size. Now I know that right now my image is way too big, so how small should I actually make it? Right now I'm thinking that I want to make it about half of its current size. So now I could either pull out a calculator and divide 5184 by 2, or I could just click where it says pixels and change that to percent. Then I could just enter in 50% and hit OK. Now when I go back into my image size, I could see that it resized my image to a width of 2592. So now the width is the only number that we need to worry about, and I'll show you why in a moment. If we open up Adobe Bridge, the first thing you'll want to do is navigate to the images that you want to resize and select them all. Next, go to the very top menu and choose Tools, Photoshop, Image Processor. This will open up Photoshop in the Image Processor window. In here you have options as to where and how to save your new images. Right now we're just going to save as JPEG and set its quality to 12, which is the highest that it goes. And we're also going to make sure to check that Resize to Fit box and set its size to what we want our images to be. So for this example, we want our images to be 2592 by 1728, but we have some images in the mix that are vertical. So what we want to do is put 2592 in both the width and the height. Now because it's resized to fit, it's going to keep your image proportion intact, so there's no need to worry that your images are going to come out as a square. Now once you entered in the sizes, all you have to do is hit that run button and watch as Photoshop will automatically resize all of your images. Now it could take some time depending on how many images you have selected, especially if you have hundreds of images like me. So this is the point where you could start playing some games, watch TV, or do whatever you want to do to kill some time. Now once it's all said and done, your resized images will be in a brand new folder called JPEG. So now if we open up that folder that Photoshop created for us with all of our resized images, you'll see that every image is the exact same size. All of our images are 2592 by 1728, and even our vertical shots are the proper size too. You know, they're that number flipped. They're 1728 by 2592. And the reason why they came out this way is because when we were doing image processor, we put that largest number, the 2592, in both the width and the height. So then once Photoshop saw those vertical images, it knew that the height could go as far as 2592. So it kept everything in proportion, it kept everything intact, and our images came out 100% the way we wanted them to. So you guys just saw how I solved this resizing problem that I had. If you have any problems of your own that you would like to see answered on a future episode of Pimping Pixels, all you have to do is go to pimpingpixels.com/connect and fill out that contact form that's on that page. Or even easier than that, you can email me directly at pimpingpixels@gmail.com. And I want you all to go out there, start resizing your images, keep on pimping them pixels. So now the first thing that we're going to do is actually figure out what the final size of these images we want to make. That doesn't make sense. Right now I have a bit of a problem. I took over, oh my god. How's my hair looking? Don't look at me like that, dog. Crazy. Such an awesome game.